Welcome back to Neuron Zen, a space where we talk openly about healing, growth, and mental well being. If you are new here, I'm so glad you found us. This channel is all about making mental health feel human, relatable, and stigma free. And if you have been part of this journey for a while, welcome home. Today, we are diving into something that touches almost everyone, and that's anxiety. Do you ever lie awake replaying a conversation from 3 days ago? That's anxiety. And trust me, it's not about being weak. It's about having a heart that cares, maybe a little too much. If you have ever felt your heart pounding for no reason, your thoughts spiraling like a never ending storm, your mind racing at 3 a.m. while everyone else sleeps, or that quiet fear whispering, why can't I just feel normal? Take a breath. This isn't weakness. It's not something to snap out of. It's anxiety and it's real. And as someone who has walked through it myself and being a counseling psychologist, I want you to know it can feel overwhelming, but it is also something you can learn to understand and live gently with, thus living a better quality life. By the end of this module, I hope you will see anxiety not as an enemy, but as a part of you that's been trying in its own way to keep you safe. To understand it better, let me explain it in the form of a story. Imagine you're walking through a dense jungle. Suddenly, a tiger jumps out. Your heart races, breath quickens, your muscles tense. That's anxiety. It's your body's alarm system shouting, run, survive. Now imagine there's no tiger. Just an exam, a job interview, or waiting for a reply from someone you care about. Your brain still sounds the same alarm. It can't tell the difference because it can't always tell what's real danger and what's emotional threat. That's why anxiety shows up in school, at work, on social media, or even when you are lying in bed. It's not your fault. It's your brain doing its job, just a little too well. I have attached an activity sheet for you to track the tiger. Download this worksheet called My Anxiety Map. Think of one recent moment you felt anxious. Write down what was happening, what were you thinking, what did your body do? Rate that anxiety from 1 to 10. You don't need a perfect answer. This isn't a test. It's you getting to know your tiger, right? I remember when my friend's daughter first moved abroad for her studies. A new country, a new culture, an entirely new life waiting for her. At first, everything looked fine on the outside. Photos, classes, the new routine. But slowly she began to retreat into a shell. While others were making new friends and exploring their freedom, she spent most of her evenings alone, calling home less, sleeping more, and telling herself she just needed time to adjust. But what was really happening was anxiety. Quiet, invisible, and deeply isolating. It wasn't that she didn't want connections. It was that her mind was protecting her by pulling her away from the world. That's the thing about anxiety. It doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's just whisper, stay safe, stay small. And that's when empathy from parents, friends, teachers becomes everything. So when you notice someone withdrawing, overthinking, or being too sensitive, pause, be kind. They might be fighting their own invisible tiger. So how does anxiety actually show up? Sometimes it's obvious, a racing heart or a trembling hand, but often it hides beneath everyday life. It might look like over-analyzing every word you said in a conversation, feeling watched or judged, trouble sleeping or eating, snapping at loved ones without knowing why, feeling empty, disconnected, or constantly on edge. If any of that sounds like you, please know this. You are not too emotional. You are not overreacting. You are responding to something your mind perceives as danger, and that's deeply human. One of the most freeing things I learned as both a psychologist and a person with generalized anxiety is that our thoughts are not facts. Anxiety loves to tell stories. It keeps telling us you are not good enough or everyone is judging you, and we start believing them. But here's a simple CBT tool I use even today. When that anxious voice appears, ask yourself, is this 100% true? What would I tell my best friend if they thought this? Can this thought be replaced with a true thought? Write one anxious thought down and gently challenge it. This simple act creates distance between you and your anxiety. Anxiety often lives in the body before it ever reaches the mind. You can do a quick check for that. Close your eyes. Start observing the sensations in your body from your toes move up to your head. Notice where the tension sits. Your shoulders, your jaws, your chest, your calf, lower back or anywhere else. Now breathe into that spot and exhale slowly. Do it for 10 counts. Each breath tells your nervous system, I am safe now. You can use this anytime, before a meeting, after an argument, before an exam, or even when your heart starts racing for no clear reason. Anxiety is always there to trap us. How? A trigger, like a message unread, a silence, a look, a feeling. Your brain screams, something is wrong. Your body reacts, sweaty palms, fast heartbeat, ruminating thoughts, etc. And you start avoiding it. Now your brain says, see, I was right. Thus, danger is confirmed. And so the loop continues. But here's the twist. If you face the trigger gently and safely, you break the loop. You teach your brain, hey, it's okay, I am safe now. So what would you do to break the loop? Draw your own anxiety loop on a worksheet. What's your trigger? What do you usually do next? Label it as my anxiety pattern. Break the loop and win over your anxiety. If you are watching this, you might be dealing with anxiety, or maybe someone you love is. Here's what I have learned over the years. The kindest thing we can offer people is understanding. Anxiety isn't visible. It doesn't always look like tears or panic. Sometimes it's in the silence, the overthinking, the cancelling of plans. So when you see someone struggling, don't tell them to calm down or get over it. Just be there, listen, give some space. That quiet presence can heal more than any advice ever could. And if you are going through it, you are not weird for feeling anxious. You're not weak. 1 in 3 people feel exactly like you do. They just hide it better. But here's what helps. Talking about it. You don't have to tell everyone. Start with one safe person, a friend, a parent, or a teacher, or even journaling. Healing starts when silence ends. Let's end this episode with something simple but powerful. Next time you feel anxious, ask yourself, what's one kind thing I can do for myself right now? It could be taking 3 deep breaths, texting a friend, just whispering, or drinking some water, eating something what you love, or saying it's okay to feel like this. Write down your top 3 anxiety antidotes. Keep them where you will see them. This is your personal calm toolkit. Anxiety doesn't disappear overnight, but each time you meet it with curiosity instead of fear, it loses a little of its power. In the next module, we will go deeper. You will learn what really happens inside your brain and body during anxiety and how you can use neuroscience to calm yourself in seconds. Until then, breathe. Be gentle with yourself, and if you can, be gentle with someone else too. You never know whose invisible storm you are softening. Thank you for watching and for choosing to take care of your mind with Neuron Zen. If this video made you pause, reflect, or simply breathe a little easier, hit that like button, subscribe for more mental health stories, and share it with someone you care about. Because sometimes one shared story can make another person feel a little less alone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.